Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Beanie and welcome back to another video. Today I'm starting a new series. We're going to be talking about the streams, the SDS streams. We're going to be analyzing everything that we see in the stream and or everything that I saw in the stream, let's just say that. And just talking about all the cool new stuff that's going to be in there, some things that they may have left out that I kind of wish that they would have put in. And just all that good stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Guys, the biggest thing, the biggest benefit this year, the thing that I'm the most excited about is it seems like the guys at SDS this year are focusing more on online gameplay. They're focusing on making the game more of a competitive balance, and I think that that is a fantastic thing because it's felt like in the past years they've built an offline game and then built an online mode around that game, and it caused a lot of issues when it comes to, you know, a lot of the gameplay. There were a lot of exploits, there were a lot of things like that, but it looks like they cleaned up a lot of that this year. Basically everything that I could think of that especially in the fielding type realm, you know, everything that I could think of that that could have been fixed, they kind of addressed it this year, and I'm really excited about that. So let's get into the specifics. The first thing that they talk about here is tagging, and tagging is in 17 it is such a drag, man. People can get into rundowns, they can exploit shit, they can it is awful in 17, and it looks so damn good in 2018. I feel so good about this one. So as you saw in the stream, there is better positioning for the guys that are doing the tags. There is a logic behind the tag placement. They're putting it right on their fucking shits. The guys are trying to slide into the base. They're trying to get around it. Last year, their back would be turned. They'd be swinging their fucking shits everywhere trying to get people out. Not this year. Right on the fucking right hand, baby, and that looks so damn good to me, man. It's gonna be awesome. And they have no more rundown problems. There's a logic behind how they do their rundowns and stuff. They don't have any more of those run-throughs where the guys are rounding the base and you just kind of whiff on the tag, and it's a huge exploit. They said that they have hundreds of new tag animations that are going to be in the game. That's just going to make it so much better, because it's really needed, because it felt like there were maybe 4 tag animations last year, and they were all just really bad. They were really inefficient. It felt like you could flip a coin on whether or not the tag was going to be there. With catchers is a huge thing. There's no more choppiness. They get to the ball really quickly. Whenever they block it, they block a lot more of the pitches. There's way fewer like pass balls that just go way, you know, right to the backstop. There's way fewer of those. And when they do block it, they get up, they grab the ball, and they throw it. They have much better branching. And this is huge for gameplay balance. The catchers, they have an awareness of the base runner. They know if it's a 99 speed base runner, if it's you know, a 28 speed base runner. They said this in the stream that the catcher is going to have some AI logic behind it, and that's going to be so big for gameplay balance. Basically everything that I could think of that was a base running exploit was addressed in this stream, and that's going to be huge as far as gameplay balance goes. I must have given up over 100 runs this year from guys that were, you know, exploiting the base running shit, because it was really bad. The stealing was bad, the rundowns were bad, everything was bad, and all of that looks to be cleaned up with the tagging and with the catchers. The pitchers were also addressed. They don't have those long plant throws anymore. You know what I'm talking about? Like when there's a dribbler out in front of the plate and the pitcher will go and get it. He'll take like fucking 3 steps, he'll double pump, and then he'll throw it to first base, and the guy has been there for like, you know, 3 seconds. At this point it's not even a close play. That's not going to happen anymore. The pitcher grabs it, spins, throws. It's very smooth, very efficient. I really like it. Also, another thing that I think is going to be really big is that it seemed in past years that the player, whoever it was, the catcher, the shortstop, on plays where you had a guy running to try to cover a base, the guy would throw it to the base and not to the player, and that would make for a lot of like lob throws and just kind of, you know, just what's the word I'm looking for, like rinky-dink, I guess, throws to the base because the runner is the fielder isn't there to cover the base. Well, this year it looks like they're going to be throwing to the player. They're going to be leading the player to throw to him, so that should make for much stronger throws, and you're going to be getting out a lot more if you start cheating on the base paths, and that should be really good. And it also helps for pass balls, like plays at the plate. You know, when a runner's on third, a guy's going home on a pass ball, the catcher will get it, and the pitcher is going to have to, you know, book it to get to home plate. But if he's not there, the catcher is going to throw it to the pitcher really hard instead of lobbing it to home plate and costing you a run. They also did a lot with the fielders, better positioning. They'll charge balls for, you know, really fast guys and things like that. That's really, really good too. But overall, it's just a sense of less randomness. I've said this before on my channel that you want to eliminate as much randomness as possible from this game. And it really seems like the developers have caught on to that idea that there shouldn't be as much randomness as there has been in the past. So that should affect everything: hitting, fielding, running, anything you can think of. Less randomness is always better. Of course, you have to have a little bit of random. I'm about to contradict myself here. You have to have a little bit of randomness just to keep everything interesting, but it should work more of like as a risk-reward type system. You know, they did say in the thing that in the stream that if you charge a ball and it's a more difficult play for a faster base runner, that there's more risk there because the play is more difficult. So sometimes when you do that, you might make an error. That's fine. That's randomness that I can deal with. But randomness that's just out of place, it doesn't look like real baseball, that has to go, and it looks like it has. Okay, now let's talk about hitting. Hitting, it doesn't look like there was as much progress as I maybe would have liked to have seen. It looks like they've just dressed up. I feel like I'm going to be overly critical whenever I say this, but it looks like they just dressed up the same hitting system and put a few things around it to make it more informative so that you know what's going on in the system that's already in place, if that makes sense. But that's not to say that they didn't change a few things. They did change the timing window, so the good timing window is bigger. I don't know if that's just a aesthetic, if that, you know, if that's just changing just late hits to good, and now they look and behave the same way as a just late hit does last year, except it's just going to say good, or if it's really going to be good timing and you're going to be like up the middle with it, you know, if it's going to be left center to right center always whenever you have good timing on a pitch that's in the right location. Something that they didn't really talk about a ton, but I would have liked to have seen is where the timing window moves with the pitch location. So if it's an inside pitch, does the timing window move up on the swing analysis thing that they showed in the bottom corner? You know, like where the green is in the middle for pitches down the middle. Does it move up to where you have to be a little earlier, and then does it move back on outside pitches? I would think that that's definitely in there, but I didn't really hear them talk about that all that much. But I kind of assume with them putting the swing analysis in there that is going to be part of it. But they did talk about the exit velos, that the exit velos would be a little more fine-tuned, that you would be rewarded a little bit more for pulling the ball. But they didn't really say specifically how that is going to work. So I know a lot of people are just going to be kind of left guessing. Are they going to punish you a lot more for being late on inside pitches? Are they going to punish you? All the pitches that they threw in the stream were right down the middle. We didn't really get to see a whole lot of pitches on the outside corner, on the inside corner. So we don't really know how pitches like that are going to behave. That's something I really would have liked to have seen. Now, something that is a lot different is the PCI, and this is something that I'm really happy about. They separated the PCI out into into zones, into like not quadrants, but you know, zones that where at the top of the PCI it's going to be a high fly, and then a medium fly, then a line drive, hard grounder, weak grounder. And that's really good to have that determination, because now they have no wiggle room. They can't say, you know, well, it's just randomness or whatever. Now they have laid it on the line. This is the hit type that should come out of this type of PCI placement. And if it doesn't, then they need to do a little tweaking as developers and patch that out, because they've laid it out there that this is how the hit should behave. Now there is a little bit, or there is actually a lot more that goes into it. There's the attributes of your player. There is, you know, your swing timing and all that. But generally, most of the time, if you hit that part of the PCI, you should get that specific result. You know, provided that everything else is in order too. And they did talk about how it's more beneficial for weak contact hitters to hit line drives and ground balls, and how more power guys need to stay in the upper part of the PCI. So I think that distinction is really good. I think that's things that we as gamers think about, and that we should try to, you know, take advantage of, try to build our team around that, and how we approach each at bat. I think it's good that they've just given us more information to work with, so that we know what we're dealing with hitting. I think I do think that the more information does go a long way towards the competitive balance issue, just because we know a lot more about the system that we're dealing with. The only thing is that that, you know, I said this before, but that they didn't talk about the swing timing on inside and outside pitches, and like how that would affect exit velocities. So I would have liked to have seen that, but that's okay. And yeah, oh yeah, we got a new legend in the game. We got Vlad Guerrero Jr. That should be a pretty awesome card. He called him a 5-tool, but really Vlad was a pretty fucking awful fielder. He did have a cannon of an arm, so. And he wasn't like I mean, early in his career, he had some speed, so I guess he was kind of like a 4-tool early in his career, but he was never really all that great of a defender. So, yeah, they kind of got that wrong. But, but yeah, overall, the stream was really good. It was really informative. I'm really excited about them. I'm really excited to see what they talk about going forward. These are just some of the questions that I have, and hopefully a developer will watch this and they may talk about it, you know, in a stream going forward. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this video. And I will see you guys later. Please, oh wait. If you're a YouTuber, apparently you're supposed to do this. Maybe this is why I haven't grown that much lately. Sad face. But please like and subscribe if you haven't already. That would mean the world to me if you did that. I don't know if you guys know this, but I get $1,000 per like on this. So if you want to feed my family, then hit that like button. 1 like, and I can feed my family for a fucking month. So yeah, hit that like button on there. It would really help me out. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.